As promised, here's our mangled metal game with Borka, Dire Troll, Axer, and Pyre Troll. And of course, little Keg Slayer. And so he is the Keg Slayer, or the Keg Carrier. And so I thought I'd bring Darius' little half-jacks. We got a Charger and 2 Hammersmiths. Now, first turn Trolls, they one off again. And so Axer runs up, and the Pyre Troll runs up behind him. And then, well, the other models also run up. And that is the conclusion of turn 1 Trolls. Really not much else to happen. Oh, but he does drop 3 Fury, burns 3 Fury. So he will have enough to gather next turn. Next, 3 focus to the Charger to try to make sure that he can reach, but he is just out of range even with the terrain taken out. I'm a sliver out, too bad. But then I just run forward with both my Hammersmiths and advance with Darius. But first, I run forward a full 12 inches, skirting around my other jacks with the half-jack, set up a nice little buffer for incoming waves of crazy trolls. And Darius walks up and decides, hey, I got 1 focus left, let's take a shot with my AoE cannon. And so it lands just short of the Axer by about 1.5 inches, and it scatters forward off to the left with AoE 4. I do manage to just barely touch him, and so I boost damage and cause no damage. Turn 2 Trolls. Now we're a lot closer, a bit more exciting. He is going to cast his own Animus on himself. He charges forward and tries the Thresher attack, and is just out of range of the other 2 half-jacks. Luckily, I moved him just out of the way, but he clobbers the 1 half-jack to bits, no problem. And then shooting the Pyre Troll is just short, shooting at the Charger, and it scatters 6 inches forward, which AoE 3 is just out of range. Just over him. Just Borka then moves up and then casts Wind Wall on himself, so he cannot be targeted by non-magical range attacks. And then casts his Animus, or the Flame Animus, onto the Mauler. And he walks up and does a power attack 2-handed throw, and he boosts it. Strength 2 against strength 12. There's no strength roll needed because my max, actually, if I rolled double 6s and he rolled a 1, that would be 14 to 13. Oh, we should have rolled. We should have rolled. Wait, no, I roll 1 and he rolls 2. Never mind. I was right. Turn 2 Cygnar. Pop it out another half-jack, you kill 1, another one will come up. Next one moves up at 6 inches right upside Borka and burrows itself into the ground, becomes a mine. And then he shoots his little cannon, but first he casts full throttle, and so does manage actually quite a bit of damage. And then with full throttle, the Hammersmith charges for free. Okay, you move up to 7 inches, which is just what he gets to, and then he gets boosted attack rolls. So every time he hits, he has knockback, so he hits you back 1 inch, and he has follow-up, so he follows up after the knockback. And the Power Strength 17 is pretty nice. Almost takes out his body. Second attack, too bad there's no critical effect, but he does push him back yet another inch, and follows up. And then it's -1 on the damage, so another 5 damage there. Hammersmith doing quite well, especially with boosted attacks. He gets a free slam attack, and he moves 6 inches. And so that slammed right through Borka and the Keg Carrier. Sure, it's just 6 inches there. And he has follow-up on the slam as well, so now he's in base-to-base with knockdown Borka. And so doing damage first on the Mauler, eliminates the body and takes a chunk out of the spirit. And then against Keg Slayer, has to make a tough roll, which he does not. So Party Foul will be enabled if Borka survives. So it's just a free attack, or a free move and attack by 1 unit. And then he buys an attack and hits Borka, which does huge amounts of damage, but is not quite enough to kill him. Then the other half-jack just kind of moves forward, getting out of the way, and the other next Hammersmith charges forward. Now he only has 1 focus on him, but he doesn't get to charge for free because of full throttle and boosted attack rolls. Huge hit on the Pyre Troll, or the Axer, sorry, and pushes him back. Then his second initial, boosted attack as well, to, again, I need those weapons. Huge damage, and I actually kill the Axer. I wanted that extra slam to try to slam the Borka and finish him off, but I was not able to. And I attack actually with the Charger. I shouldn't have, because he had Wind Wall up, even if he was knocked down. I do believe Wind Wall still stays active. We'll have to check on that though, so someone can comment below please. And so there should have been a couple less damage. But then the party foul, the Pirate Troll's the only one because the Mauler's knocked down, so he walks up and whacks on the Hammersmith to do 1 damage. Then Borka starts unloading in the Hammersmith, trying to do as much damage as he can by boosting and hitting. And although Borka does hit hard, he is unable to do too much damage to the Hammersmith. But he has a few Fury left and continue to attack and do lots and lots of damage. And boosting, of course. He is able to take a huge chunk out of Mr. Hammersmith. Then the Pirate Troll then casts his Animus on the Mauler, so he has +2 strength. And then he walks up and hits, gets critical, so he's on fire. And then does a bunch of damage. Again, these are now POW plus strength 18, I believe, or maybe 19. And then hits with his second, so it does a few extra points of damage, but really now he gets his grab and smash free power attack throw. So he boosts just to make sure, and is able to hit, and I easily fail my strength challenge, and I get thrown into the other Hammersmith. He does hit, and so I whack because I hit something the same size as me, and he boosts damage. That's 4 dice of damage. And so easily slaughtering that Hammersmith. And so he is done, and he has a piece of rough terrain there to cause me grief. And the second Hammersmith does receive some damage as well. Didn't pass his threshold armor, but he is knocked down. So turn 3 Cygnar, Darius allocates 3 focus to that Hammersmith, and then walks up himself, and then uses his Crane special action to stand up the Hammersmith, and then move him forward 1 inch into the difficult terrain. And then he casts Full Throttle. Then the Hammersmith activates, and he has movement forward, so he just moves his 2 inches. He doesn't have to charge through the rough terrain, he's not allowed to. And is just in range of Borka, and does manage to hit. And he passes off the damage to the Pirate Troll, which is I think about 12 damage. But the Hammersmith still has lots of focus left, and so let's see what he'll do. He does hit again, and so there's a tough roll for Borka. He makes it. And so instead of making the slam attack, I just do another one. I don't want to slam out of range. And he fails his tough. Cygnar victory. Well, post game between Dan and the loot shit. Wait a minute. Where'd he go? He's gone. Sorry, guys.